I don't care.
It'll come up on the...
At least I'm nice ones when they're painted.
Yeah,
Brown.
gorgeous.
My face isn't a different colour to my body, is it?
Your face isn't a different colour to the rest of your body. No. See, you can't... Can
See yourself. Can you switch them is?
We'll try... Camera.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, to the live viewers at home, we're going to engage you a bit more than I used to. Just stay me here. So this is the behind the scenes shot before we go live to do a review. What are we reviewing first?
I don't know. You haven't told me yet.
I did.
Yeah, we have two things we're reviewing today. I don't know what the first one is. I can't believe it's not Ireland.
Yeah, because we went to the theatre because we're dead cultured.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our behind the scenes setup. Oh, I'm sold.
Sold.
So,
our house is so messy.
Yeah, that's the close up on Erin. That's the wide, and then that's my close up. So we're gonna put you beside this camera and get involved in the chat because we're shooting on a 7D over here. Every 11 minutes it cuts out, and then Erin's gonna tell you a joke. She's gonna tell you that joke she knows.
Yeah, the one joke over and over again.
As well as she's gonna read if you have any comments or any observations. And
anyone watching?
Not yet. But
did they anyone usually watch?
Get a few.
Oh, nice.
Oh, there we go.
You tell me when to start the timer.
3 people are watching.
Woohoo, hello!
Hey, so join in the chat.
Hi. Suggestions, recommendations?
Yeah.
Send on your film recommendations.
So like I said, every 11 minutes or so I'm going to go and restart that camera and then we'll address the live.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to just watch that, aren't you?
I'm just going to look at it because I'm like, what way am I?
You're beautiful.
Thanks. Everyone looks worse on camera, I think.
You think?
Not everyone, you know what I mean. I'm just saying that to myself, I feel better.
Okay, camera 1 rolls.
But yeah, if anyone has any suggestions of films to watch or plays to go to or what things we like, concerts, bands to check out.
Start the timer, please, Beb.
We haven't done any concerts yet.
Yeah, we're going. Oh, we've got a few coming up. Can't believe it's not Ireland. Take 1. Action. So, I'm joined on the couch by Erin Singleton. She's not into bird watching, but she's seen a cockatoo. And then you have to introduce me.
This is Louis, he's an arsehole.
You're not to swear in the first minute.
Oh, sorry. Arsehole's not a swear word.
Okay,
it's
if you can't...
anatomically correct.
If you can't say it in the classroom.
Oh, this is Louis. Unfortunately, he's my boyfriend.
Unfortunately for who?
Me. And I joke.
I joke, I laugh, I kid.
I wouldn't have said that if you hadn't have said that joke.
What would you have said if I hadn't said that?
This is Louis.
Photographer extraordinaire.
Anyway.
And all them things. So, first segment, plot in 60 seconds.
You were going to do it because I feel like I wasn't smart enough to go and see this thing. But anyway, you have to go tell them what it's about first.
Okay,
why we went or where we went. So we haven't told them anything.
So last Tuesday, Erin and I went to the theatre.
The Dunamaze Arts Centre in Portlaoise.
Because we're dead cultured.
Yeah, and the Dunamaze is very good. Please go.
The scene of our first date.
Yeah.
Some might say.
Everyone would say that because that's where we went on our first date.
And we're not counting that.
Dinner beforehand.
I was saying that time last weeks.
No, that's not a date.
When I groomed you.
Louis.
You.
Stop. We're going to cut right there. Anyway.
Take 2. Yeah, so can't believe. So we went to the Dunamace Art Theatre to see. I wouldn't call it a play. Stage performance.
A stage performance. Yeah.
Stage performance of Paddy Cullivan's I Can't Believe It's Not Ireland.
Mm-hmm. Louis had previously gone to one of his shows last month.
The Death of Michael Collins. Very good.
Was it last month?
Probably. I think so.
I didn't go to that one because I'm not cultured.
You were off. You were out somewhere.
Yeah, I was doing something.
You've probably seen your other boyfriend.
But Louis knows Paddy. He's a family friend, isn't he?
Well, my dad taught him in NCAD.
Okay.
And then Paddy went on...
No, for anyone that doesn't... I know, don't call it NCAD, it's NCAD. But anyway.
National College of Alcohol and Drugs. Paddy went on to perform in the house band for the Late Late for many years.
Yeah.
And now he does his own private gigs, weddings.
He has a band, I can't remember the name of them.
The Camembert Quartet.
Yeah, tell the camera, not me.
The Camembert Quartet. Go to www.paddygolden.com for bookings. This is just like
this is a sponsor post for Paddy.
Is that right, Paddy? Happy with that? So, first segment, plot in 60 seconds.
You're going to have to do it because I can't, and I can't do a timer because I've already got a timer on.
But you can...
Put a second timer on.
Is that counting down?
Yeah.
Well, when it gets to 7, I could just do it then.
Oh, yeah, okay, so you have a minute.
So we're going to fake doing rock, paper, scissors to decide who does it.
We're not going to fake it because people at home are going to know that it's not.
Well, we'll just do rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so this is your behind the scenes.
This is fake.
Well, no, if whoever wins just says I go first, I do.
Okay. Ready?
So this is a genuine rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh,
Ooh.
rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Ah!
You go first.
Oh, thanks, babe.
We're not both doing it. I'm not smart enough to do
Do
this.
you look of panic in your eyes?
I know.
Okay, so...
You'll have to wait. Sorry for the people at home, it's quite boring.
Can you not set a second timer?
Oh, you don't know.
Possibly. Okay.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plot in 6 seconds, go!
The year is 2032. Ireland have voted to combine the North and the South 2 years previous in a referendum. Paddy Cullivan is giving us a stage show. The first half of the show, he talks about the history of why we're divided and why we should be united as a united Ireland. That is the first hour, maybe hour and a bit,
Yeah.
of the show.
You're right.
Half an hour. Then there's a 15-minute interval. And then for the second half of the show, Paddy thrashes out all the finer details and keeps us updated as to how Ireland is such a prosperous country when we unite and we focus on what we have in common and stop focusing on the minor differences.
Ooh, 10 seconds to spare.
Would you say that was good?
I said that was quite good, yeah.
Yeah, pretty happy with that one.
I was
Pretty
happy
chuffed.
with that, yeah. I definitely wouldn't have been able to do that.
I think you should try one.
Okay.
Go.
Oh, so Paddy starts the show by showing us what Ireland could be if the North and South came together. He then goes on to the history of Ireland and how everyone's shouting about let's do a connection, let's connect together, get the 6 counties back, but how we're actually not prepared for getting the 6 counties back and how we actually have a lot more in common with the people in the North than the people in the South. The people in the South, he's saying, are begrudging of the people of the North. They don't want to give up anything. And really, if we want people to join us, that we should be able to compromise on things. So it's really the South's fault that we don't have the 6 counties rather than the North's fault. So then we had a 15-minute interval, and then he goes on to show what he believes could be a solution to the problems that we have. He goes through what our national anthem could be, a flag, and how we could actually join together and be peaceful as one, as a new state rather than the state of Ireland.
I hate you so much.
Why?
I think you did a better version of me.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was class.
Yeah, I was calm, cool and collected. Like a cucumber.
So what have we left in 5 minutes? So we'll do a breakdown of it.
I realised going into this though that like I actually knew nothing about Ireland. I'm like, I'm fucked. I was like, I actually have no idea about any of this stuff.
But Paddy, he's amazing. Like the level of research he does. But
I don't know how he has the time.
Well, he says how he has the time. Lockdown, baby. He wrote like 4 shows in lockdown.
Still, I'm like, yeah, he was very productive with the lockdown time.
Yeah, I think he's obviously very obsessive as well. But just the level of research and the level of detail, but then to retain it and then to sculpt it into like an entertaining show that it wasn't just like a history lesson.
Yes, and then as well, like he's very, like he kind of gets you to look at it as a different way than you're probably used to looking at it. Like that whole thing about like, you know, it's actually the reason the North aren't like amalgamated with the South is because the South like have the big problem. I was like, God, I've never thought about it like that. He's like, people just have an empty thing of get the 6 counties back and blah blah. He said, but what are we actually offering them? He's like, why would they want to join? And I was like, I've actually never thought of it like that.
And
he's so intelligent.
But all the research he does, like he finds the surveys that have been run, and it said just comparing everything. We basically want to take everything, but won't compromise on anything. Won't meet them halfway at all.
Yeah.
They basically want to absolve Northern Ireland into the Republic, and then they just become part of us.
Yeah.
Instead of us being, oh, we can do this, we
Open.
can do this, and we don't maybe recognise what they could offer us.
Hugely.
But also, yeah, the big thing, everyone's like, who's going to pay for that? Who's going to pay for that?
Yeah.
But he said I'm not his biggest fan, but Leo Varadkar said, money shouldn't be in this conversation.
Yeah.
It should be about patriotism.
Yeah.
About rejoining your country.
Mm-hmm.
Your fellow countrymen.
Yeah.
And I like the story, it was based on a real story, when he went up north and he had a taxi man, black cab taxi driver, Ken Dodd the prod.
Yeah.
And he said it was Paddy's first time to go to Northern Ireland, and Ken Dodd proudly said, well, I've never been to the Republic. And then we catch up with Ken Dodd in the year 2032 when he comes down to the Republic. And it just pointed out all the, what's the word, inconsistencies, the like everything in Dublin has the Royal College Surgeon, the Royal Hibernian.
Yeah.
We're just obsessed. Well,
Irish people are obsessed with the royal family, and they're obsessed with being under someone. They have to be under
slave mentality.
Yeah, that's what you said, slave mentality. You said that before when we saw the show, and then it was big about that, like that we have to be under. We don't know what to do if we had freedom. Like we actually won't know what to do. Like, well, we do. We just swapped like the English rule for the rule of the banks and the rule of.
Well, with the Vikings, then the Brits.
Yeah.
800 years, lest we forget. Then we had independence for a wet week. We handed it over to the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how did priests go from on the run, have say mass in ditches, to then being in charge of the country?
Yeah.
And I heard someone saying that like we were afraid to have our own independence, to be in charge of ourselves.
Yeah.
And the Catholic Church were only happy to take control of it.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, of course, we'll take over it. So then in the last few years, we've kind of give them the boo.
Yeah.
And now we're handing it all over to the banks. And we're paying for fucking, anyway.
It's a different, it's all part of the conversation, but we'll be here all day.
Slave mentality, the Irish.
Yeah,
afraid of their own freedom. And you have to do a job you hate all your life. And then retire and live for 3 years and die. And that's the Irish way, and have as many kids as you can.
Yeah. Not so much anymore, I wouldn't say though, but anyway.
Yeah, how did I get onto that? So, Ken Dodd the Broad. And like Paddy said, I find that like people are obsessed with the royal family over here.
Yeah.
I genuinely couldn't name them.
I could.
I couldn't. I don't know who they all are.
Yeah, but not all of them. Like
some people do.
Yeah.
Boy, who's the good-looking one that everyone says the ginger fella?
Harry.
That's Harry.
Yeah.
Who's his brother?
William.
Bill. Yeah.
William's married to Kay. Harry's married to Meghan Markle. Oh, change the camera.
So let's see, is anyone involved in the chat? Oh, I don't know what that means. Hello, Damien! And, what's going on in Ireland? Is it bad? No. Praying for carnage? I wouldn't mind a bit of carnage.
You need to reset the camera.
Oh no!
That's why the timer's going off.
Is this live?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got 50 people.
It's not bad in Ireland. Like I think Ireland's lovely.
Right, we'll talk to the
live stream.
people at home.
We'll answer some of the questions that have come in. Hi Damien, we are from Laois.
Yeah, we're in Laois, right in the middle.
Yeah, and
the
also
heart of the country.
There's nothing going on in Ireland. It's just that, well, basically the top part of Ireland, the north of Ireland, as we like to call it, those 6 counties belong to Britain.
Yeah.
They're under British rule.
Yeah.
But we went to a stage show, and basically this is what we're talking about. A lot of people in the south would like the 6 counties back. And I think apparently there's a lot of people in the north of Ireland that want to join Ireland. I don't think...
Yeah, I think
it's not...
Up that, because Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I just hit record, I think.
What?
I think we'll just go back into it because we'll end up talking about stuff that we'll have to recover.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna do
A history of Ireland from the people. Oh, Damien's also from Ireland. Where are you from, Damien?
Yeah, Damien, whereabouts are you based? Is it Damo?
Are you Louis ex-Esme Damo?
That needs to knock onto my face.
I hope it was
Can you click my face on the screen?
Oh.
Just yeah.
Oh, that worked.
What were you saying there? People want.
What was I saying?
You said a lot of people want.
A lot of people in the north do want to join.
Oh yeah.
Do want to join into Ireland. And like say that in the show we went to see, Paddy made a very good point of that. Like, you know, people in the north, they kind of, some of them feel like they don't belong to Britain, but they don't belong to Ireland either. So they're in this kind of in between.
Yeah.
You know, like they have pounds and stuff, but it's completely different pounds that they have in England. And a lot of it kind of stemmed from. Well, it kind of stemmed from. Not really religion. They kind of just, Ireland used to be.
Well, I think they used religion as an excuse to pin us against each other.
Yeah.
Because they were afraid that we'd. Corroborate.
So like back in the day, obviously Ireland is a predominantly Catholic country, but then as the show went on over the day, they kind of were like, Paddy was very able to point out how many people were Protestants. There's a big Catholic versus Protestants thing that, like as you said, people still use that as a crutch to.
Yeah.
Talk about hatred and stuff like that. But it's not a big fucking deal. Like.
But as well, like people
Who
aren't
cares?
people aren't practicing anymore.
No.
Like, even I haven't been going to church.
Yeah.
Holy Joe himself. Did you start a new timer?
Yeah. So no, it's not carnage in Ireland. It's just that the prices of things have gone through the roof exponentially, and.
When you were saying about the 6 counties, so they said when Ireland got when we were going for our independence, when they said the border came up, was it 1919?
Yeah.
They said it just came up overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Britain just put up a border because they knew we were going to get home rule, going to get our own independence.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, we're taking these 6 counties. And then he said, why didn't they take all of Ulster? Yeah. So the thing was, it would have been close to 50-50 Catholic and Protestants if they'd taken Ulster. And as Paddy put it, we know how quick those dirty Catholics reproduce. So Britain would have been outnumbered after a few generations. Yeah. So I found that an interesting point. They just put up a border overnight, and that led to one of the highlights of the play for me, the partition song. I just remember, like, when he goes explaining how partitions in countries never work, from like Pakistan to India, and it's on YouTube. Oh, I can put a link.
Click the link.
Well, actually, don't. Click the link after you've watched this.
Yes.
I'll put the link in the bio, in the description.
Yeah.
The partition song. That was the best song for me.
Yeah, same.
Should we talk about the music then? Would we be happy?
I feel like we've kind of gone all over the place. So for the live people, it'll be hard, but for obviously you can edit that.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go along with your thing.
This?
Yeah.
So our love of the Royals. Oh, and then he told a story, like you said, about the currency, about a fella that was...
10 dollars.
No, it was...
Oh, it was James Nesbitt.
Spoilers.
Sorry, cut that out. Cut it out.
He said, proud Brit, Northern Irishman, but considered himself British, and he's a Protestant as well. Went over to London with his British pounds and went to pay in the pub for a pint, and it got refused because Northern Ireland have their own currency.
Yeah, even though
it's is it
Northern Irish
pounds.
It's not. But even when we were, so to go back again, sorry for going back and forth, I'm just thinking if people don't know, like the stuff
from Billy to Jack, is
it? From Billy to Jack. If people don't know, Ireland used to have pounds. This was before it joined the EU, but like there were Irish pounds. So there's Irish pounds, there was Irish pounds, there was Northern Irish pounds.
The punt.
and then there's British pounds, and you can't use them in the same. Either.
But I think Scotland and Wales, did they have their own?
I don't know.
Because I heard it was like applied by Tourism Northern Ireland, so you can spend an English currency there, and they'll give you back Northern Irish currency that you can only spend there, and apparently a lot of banks won't change it. So you have to spend it there to get you to stimulate their economy.
Fun fact: this is completely off topic, but you can apparently spend pounds in TK Maxx in South of Ireland.
The Republic.
Yeah.
The Republic. South of Ireland.
Look. There's too many names. I just can't. Let's just all join together.
Like
and
Paddy
have a
said,
name.
Ireland.
And I just can't. South of Ireland, because I hear South of Ireland, then I hear Republic of Ireland, and then I'm like, anyway.
Yeah, and then like you said, people want the 6 counties back.
Oh yeah, they will be on tabletops roaring rebel tunes about getting 6 counties back.
And then we vote on Fianna Gael and Fianna Fáil.
Yes. And then like being like, oh, dirty prods, and I'm like, you can't.
You know who you are.
Yeah, you do, and like you can't be turning around going, I want the 6 counties back, and then being like, oh, them dirty British, them dirty prods. I'm like, we're all the same, like really. It just we happen to have been born down here. You know what I mean? Like,
was it?
What were the people saying on the live stream?
No, we'll get to that when we cut out Borstal Boy.
Oh.
Yeah, I read Brendan Behan's Borstal Boy, and he is about a teenager that gets arrested for running guns or running explosives for the RA, and he gets put into the prison, and he kind of gets on with one of the prison officers, but the prison officer says, he goes, the problem with you guys is you can't even name the 6 counties you're fighting for.
Honest to God.
Like, I think there's a lot of disgruntled youth up there, and the RA are only more than happy to like.
Oh yeah, take that. Yeah. But I feel like people in the north know more about it though than the people in the south that are singing the rebel tunes. Do you know what I mean though?
Yeah, and as well chatting to like Stevie and that, it's different when you're like, obviously it's different when you're involved. Like he'd be like, he's Catholic and Republican, but I don't like, they wouldn't have the fondest relationship with the RA.
Yeah.
Like they did a lot of bad stuff as well. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, we've gone off the point.
Yeah.
Sorry to the people in the live stream. We were just kind of, this is edited. Watch it when it's edited.
No, they're getting the raw, uncut, unedited version.
I think it's better. Right, so
then, yes, that man went to he went to London to try and spend
his Northern Irish money.
Yeah, pounds. And they said, "Fuck off, Paddy. Back to Ireland with your fucking Monopoly money."
Yeah.
And that man grew up to be James Nesbitt.
Yeah.
James Nesbitt, who, like I said, Brit, Protestant, and he was the lead in Sunday Bloody Sunday.
Yeah.
I thought that was very... It's a very commendable decision to do.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
It's one of the good ones.
It's funny, my brain is like, you're going to have to do most of the talking, because until you start talking about these things, I'm like, I can't remember what.
So, so we went through all the history, and
so good. His knowledge of Ireland is amazing. We're talking about Paddy. It's unbelievable.
Like, it's a very engaged watch.
Oh, I was like, I have to take notes. I genuinely, I don't follow him on social media or anything like that, but I'm going to start looking at him, because I'm like, this is actually gives you such a thorough and very, not diplomatic, he's not one way or the other, he's just very impartial. He's very, this is the information, like, this is facts. He's not like, even if he called, like, I don't know, I'm sure he is a proud Irishman, I don't know, but like, it's very much, it's not one side or the other. It's very much, well, these are the facts. Do you know what I mean? Like, you need to be partial to this stuff. Like, anyway, very interesting.
But like, just the level of information, especially with the history side of it.
Yeah.
And that was Midgie. Very like it's a very engaged watch. Like I wouldn't go and see it if you were tired.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, and but I liked as well to keep you engaged. The chapter changes every time there's a new section. Oh, that'd be a good point. So we'll get back to the live.
Yeah, you go on now, Reed.
Oh, oh, Nate. She's mine.
Would you change? Do the camera. All the Irish women are beautiful.
No, they're not.
Shh.
Just you.
Thanks.
You're the most beautiful.
How do you see how many people are watching?
88.
Oh wow, that's good.
Yeah, considering we used to get 4.
What's changed?
A lot.
Okay.
Right.
Unreal.
That's the right.
Can I set the timer again?
Do you want to you chat to Nate there? Oh, Erin, tell them your joke.
Paddy
Irishman.
English man plays Scotsman. I don't have a joke. I'll have to come prepared. I'll have jokes for the next one.
Take 3.
So if you want to see some funny jokes?
Stay tuned. 106 watching now.
Wow, that's great.
Oh, down to 86. So, like we said, very. Oh. I said maybe. Thank you.
That's a good one, isn't it?
A good one, isn't it? All Irish women also have very beautiful feet.
Stop.
You'll have to cover that. Do you want to put my slippers on?
Yeah. You don't want to see your feet though. I have loads of shoes over there I can put on.
What was the last thing we said? Oh.
We talk so much today. I'm putting my Crocs on now. Really am.
What was it? Very engaged watch.
Couldn't be tired watching it. Gives you loads of information. Very engaging. It was very engaging.
Oh yeah, each chapter changed.
Oh yes.
So it'd be like the title of the next chapter, and you say, and I need the audience to take part. You go dun dun dun.
Yeah, I liked that.
So if you were drifting, it'd say that'd bring you back in the room.
I really like that.
If you missed that section, maybe you'd be able to be like, oh, yeah, okay. So yeah, so the first dispelling the myth of Ulster says no.
Mm-hmm.
He says throughout history Ulster have actually said yes, and it's just RT propaganda.
Yeah.
Please give me a job. Yeah, so very fact heavy. Like I went to see the death of Michael Collins.
Yeah.
And it had all the he was dispelling about the assassination of Michael Collins as well, and he put up a picture on the screen and he said these are the 26 books that talk about the assassination of Michael Collins. He goes, don't worry, you don't have to read them, because I did. Like he will go through that level of research, but then to analyse it and cross-examine. I just find it amazing. But then, like I said, to retain all that information, like he didn't have any notes.
No, not
He
at
just
all.
Clicker.
With his thing at the back, like crazy.
Yeah, and it's not like he was referring to the slide and reading it to jog his
No, it was
memory.
the pictures. And he wasn't even looking at it half the time. He
That's
just was
what
like,
I mean,
it was
yeah.
behind him and he was just
knew
clicking.
it all
And it was
so
just like
much.
he was getting his cues. It was like da 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 da. It was just a hammering his point, like, and it was just that's what a presentation's meant to be.
Yeah, but
It's not meant to be reading off stuff.
but but
Who else did he say he dispelled that they were found in their jail cell, like saying they were like, oh, I dispelled that he committed suicide. Who was that as well?
Epstein.
No, it was someone in Irish history.
Oh. Can't remember. Oh, Wolf Tone. Was it Wolf Tone?
Wolf Tone!
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Paddy's also a criminal investigator.
Yeah.
For Irish history.
Well, he's got... Yeah, I think at the end we'll say about what he's got. What he's playing EP?
Is he? How do you know that? Is that confirmed?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to say that out loud?
It's on his...
Instagram?
It's on his tour dates.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Big announcement for EP.
Because
Brilliant,
but it's one of the ones I haven't seen. Like,
Brilliant.
he's doing... Like, it'll be a commitment.
Yeah.
Be like 2 hours. It might... I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So then, that was the first... He said, for the first half, I have to give you all the context. Just so we can talk about the second half. Because, like you said, a lot of Irish people don't know their history.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, sorry, that was the point that we skimmed over. Our obsession with the royals in this family, in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Like, honestly, I couldn't name them, like I said. But I know people that are obsessed with them.
Mm-hmm.
And he said about his own grandmother, said in the 80s, bought Hello magazine just to read about
Diana.
and
Charles. I know the names. I'm not obsessed with them though. But
Well, I wouldn't, like, I know Diana obviously, but...
Yeah. Icon.
Yeah. I wouldn't confidently have said Charles.
Oh, okay.
I would have been 60-40.
Yeah. It's not that I like the royal family, but I just think it's very interesting dynamic. I find it like...
You love goss.
I love goss, basically. But then Paddy pointed out, he was like, most countries in Europe have royal families and we don't give a shit about that.
Yeah, we just don't like the British.
We just don't like the British royal family.
So then we go to the interval.
Mm-hmm. Went to the toilet.
Yeah, I went to the Gary Glitter.
Mm-hmm.
Paddy, ever the salesman.
Yeah, selling cups.
ABC, always be closing.
Mm-hmm.
Had a merch stand.
Yeah.
So I was there chatting to him because friend of the channel. Get him on next time.
Yeah.
But there was a guy there as well who was a lot more into history than we were.
I was sitting there staring at him and all as well. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I think he came from Limerick.
He did. But he said he's from Limerick. I don't know if he...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if... Yeah, anyway.
He's been Oh, that was the point I wanted to get in as well. Paddy got in the first half when he was talking about the plantations of it and everything. He had some dig and he said, oh yeah, but of course you guys weren't leash back then, were you? Or something to them effects. Which I don't think everyone in the audience would have known that. The leash used to be Queen's County.
Yeah.
And Offaly was King's County. And
Yeah. Poor Leash used to be Maryborough. But that's still around the place.
yeah, but was it Queen Mary?
Yeah, that's what it's from, yeah.
So I thought that was a nice little dig, and I mentioned that to Paddy at half time. He got a chuckle out of it. But then, like I said, that guy that was... Sorry, itchy nose. That guy that was a lot more into history than we were. He was saying, Paddy, people are always saying, we need to have a conversation, but we're not tackling issues in conversation. What's the currency going to be? What will be the national anthem? What's the flag? Where's the capital city?
And Paddy...
Yeah, he said, all will be revealed.
In part 2.
Yeah.
And he basically did answer all them questions in part 2.
But, in fairness, he came out guns blazing. He went for the major issue first. Which tale?
Which tale? And look, I'm not trying to start any wars, but the North tale... No.
Why?
Irish tale, all the way.
They're the same.
Oh, they taste the same. It's the icon.
It's
Put the pictures here.
Tato Man.
And please vote on which... If you know what the Tato Man looks like, please vote on which one is the best. But I do think, like, the Southern
The
Tato...
Republic.
The Republic Tato Man is way better looking than the Northern Tato Man. I feel like Republic Tato, like, he's got a personality. I feel like Northern Potato is like a bit of a spud. He doesn't look like he has... You're ever spitting everywhere. He's just got no brain, I don't think. And not in a bad way, but I just feel like they've drawn him like he's a bit harmless or something.
I think he looks very much like an Orange Man.
You can't say that.
Why? Orange Man's not...
Isn't that? I feel like it's a bit offensive. No?
I think Irishmen are proud to be an Irishman.
Oh, okay, fair.
And I'm going to throw some wild accusations as well. Looks kind of like a sex offender.
You just know you can't say that really because there's no
What?
general
What?
look of it.
But if rumours came out about the Northern Irish Tato Man, would you be surprised?
I don't know. But
You're so diplomatic.
I will say I do agree with Paddy. Republic Tato Man better. Northern Tato Place savage.
What?
Remember their offices are in a castle?
Are they? Yeah.
That's what we said in the show!
yeah.
So, like, if you're going to be changing it out, we take the Republic Tato Man, but we put the factory up in the north. Or is it like the Northern Tato land? Like, I know we have Tato Park, but I think they also have Tato Park.
We don't have Tato Park anymore.
No, it's Emerald.
Emerald Park.
But I think we gotta go to the castle. Castles just make everything fucking 10 times cooler.
Yeah.
Enya lives in a castle, so, like, obviously.
Yeah, and you were saying that about, like, a lot of the castles we have down here are not made for purpose. Like, he said Leinster House. He said it's awful. It's like an Irish hotel. So where they've just added and added and added.
Yeah.
So, like, upstairs, downstairs.
But they respect them up the north.
The castles.
Yeah.
So Cromwell came and blew them all up
Oh.
down here.
Yeah.
To hell or to Connacht. So he said that everyone, well, he said in the Republic, he said that was like the falling down point in Belfast when he did the show. They were like, no, you can't change our Tato.
Yeah, gas, how those are the things that the people
Yeah,
that's ridiculous, like.
That'd be the things we focus on.
Yeah.
He said new capital city. He said Portlaoise was in the mix. But
it's going to be
I knew.
Yeah.
Because that's the bang in the middle.
Athlone.
Athlone. I liked his rail.
Yeah, so
high speed rail.
Oh, change it up. Put on the
Mafia says triple X.
nice quadruple X actually.
Quadruple X. Oh, we're down to 50. It's not going well.
Oh no.
Erin, what's that joke you know?
Maybe I'll just get my baps out.
You
I'll get the viewers up.
remember that time you nearly did it?
Hello.
So take 4.
What were we saying?
At high speed rail.
Yeah, so Paddy went around and he used a bit of AI to come up with new 2032 utopian Ireland, for the moment, Ireland, would be. So if we did get those 6 counties, he's living in a world where we've agreed and I'll vote it to...
There's been a referendum in
been
2030.
Yeah.
And it's 2032, so it's 2 years on.
Yeah. So Athlone is the capital, because it's in the middle.
Yeah, bang in the middle.
Yeah.
He said about... he said... Because their Houses of Parliament is Stormont.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful. But he said, come on, you're not going to get lads from Cork
To go up.
going all the way up there. So they think Northern Ireland starts in South Tipperary.
Yeah.
I like that. Like it was comedic throughout as well.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
must say. So yeah, Athlone centre, dead in the middle, and he said have a rail system that like a spider that comes out of it, and then goes around the whole the coastline.
Because the rail systems in Ireland used to be really good, and then they closed a bunch of them.
I think they were better. I still think everything was based on Dublin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more to Ireland than Dublin, obviously.
But it's like you have to go to Dublin to come back.
Yeah.
There should be a central, like
Yeah.
Athlone, where everything comes out of.
Yeah.
Or Portlaoise.
And then he said there'd be a high-speed train
Yeah.
that would go the perimeter, and you could get from like, what did you say, Galway to Belfast in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Class.
But
I was sitting there and I was like, I'm all for this.
why can't they have like they've got bullet trains in Japan?
It's easier for people to commute to London on the plane every day
Yeah.
than it is to travel from Galway to Dublin.
Yeah, 100%.
It's crazy. It takes you 2 hours to get from Galway to Dublin, but it takes you 40 minutes to get from
Is it
Dublin
only
to
2
London.
hours? It's only
2.5 hours ish.
yeah.
On the train though.
But
they only run every couple of hours, so if you miss
Yeah.
one, you're in bits. Like,
I remember someone saying that. It's like, how come the rail system in Ireland it's the same amount of time as if you drive.
Mm.
Just no incentive.
No incentive.
Go on about Irish Rail.
Yeah.
And we might. At some
Another
stage.
time.
So high speed rail system.
I think the views have gone down since I put my Crocs on. Actually, now that I think about it. I know.
I'll get you a footrest so you can just sit there with your feet up.
Yeah, so then he went into like the flag. What the flag would be. He hates the Irish flag.
I think it's a bit flat. Honestly.
Yeah.
Basic.
But also,
Go on.
green, white and gold. Green, white and orange. Green, white and gold.
Yeah.
What's it meant to be?
The peace between Catholics and Protestants.
But we don't have that. When you think about it,
Yeah, that's
they
true.
still, like, the 6 counties are still not, you know what I mean? So that only makes sense really anyway.
What was it? I heard different versions of it as well. Green for the pastures, orange for, so to say gold, so for wealth and prosperity, and white is for peace.
Okay.
But I still think it's a very, I think a lot of flags are though really, there's hardly any. But, so Paddy has a graphic design background, taught by my daddy. So he redesigned the flag, and he said Ireland's traditional colours are actually blue. And he had the harp with her titties out.
Yeah, love that.
Again, the blue.
Yeah. And I love that it's a woman on it because there's like so many strong women through Irish history and Irish culture, and I love that it's a woman represented on the
so
flag.
Bridget and the girls.
And then like obviously the North have, do they use the British flag? It's blue on that, so it's not too much of a change for the North.
No, theirs is like, green with
But they use the British flag up there.
Brits do, but
Oh, okay.
oh, sorry, there was no Y in my head. But yeah, it's essentially an English flag with the red hand and Ulster and a crown on it.
Okay.
But yeah, like Paddy was saying, he said them colours are awful, do not go together.
Yeah.
Green, white and gold.
Yeah.
So we've got a new flag,
Mhm.
got a new capital city, got high speed rail.
Mhm. Did we talk about currency?
Oh, if they join the EU.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
Yes, yeah.
which he said a lot of them wanted.
To join the EU.
No, you got mixed up. That was Scotland's. Like, remember they voted to remain,
Yes.
and then about a week later, Brexit happened.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, the North are affected by Brexit as well.
yeah, because
Well, the 6 counties in the North.
so it's kind of a case of nobody really wants the North. The Britain, it's costing them, and like Ireland were saying, oh, is there room for it in our budget? And remember you said on RTE, one of the economists said 10 billion a year is what it would cost.
Yeah.
What was the population? I can't. How many? What's the population? Yeah, so he said 10 billion for 2 million people. But he says in Ireland it worked out basically cheaper than what we're running our own country for.
Yeah.
He said, whereas if you throw out the number 10 billion, you're like,
Fuck.
that's astronomical.
Because,
Can't do that.
But people were saying, even like when you think about it, they said like our population hasn't gotten back to the levels it was at before the famine. So they said adding the 6 counties into it actually isn't going to raise it anymore. That we had more people before the famine than we did now, and even if we added those 6 counties, we still wouldn't have the same amount.
But I remember when I was in America, they said, I think the population of Ireland was 6 million people, but there was 78 million Irish passports in the world.
Yeah.
Goddamn foreigners. But I mean the irony.
Yeah. Such irony. Or like that, like I always look at it in a way as people are like, oh, fucking Britain and blah blah blah, and then like go to London because like
To get away from it all.
to get away from it all. But then also like that if people say, oh, if you're creative or whatever, you have to leave Ireland, you can't stay, it doesn't like continue on your whatever. I'm like, well, these are all, you know, everyone's proud Irish until they're living in London.
Or
You know what I
they
mean?
become more proud when they go abroad.
Yeah, which I can understand as well, but like I'm also like, anyway, that's besides the point. Paddy show, so yeah, like it was really, and then he came up, yeah, so Ireland would be called Hibernia, just the old.
Oh, and that,
name
yeah,
for-
sorry, the new national anthem. He says, everyone says Ireland differently. Like I say Ireland, what do you say?
Ireland.
Ireland, yes, similar.
One of my friends says Ireland.
Ireland, but yeah, and especially with all the variations up north,
Yeah.
it'd be quite a complex thing.
Mm.
He said, but everyone can agree, and in the same way, Hibernia.
Yeah.
And also he said about national anthems, they're also aggressive and they're all about war.
Mhm.
And he mentioned Ireland's Call,
Mhm.
but he said that's
So Ireland's called. Everyone sings the national anthem at different sporting events, but for rugby,
we are
we
unified.
weren't allowed.
Well, no, they wouldn't.
They wouldn't let us sing our own Naveen. That's why
But-
they had to come up with
no,
Ireland's
but-
Call.
Yeah, but it's because the Irish rugby team is united, North and South, North and Republic.
Okay.
So they couldn't
Yeah.
sing the Northern Irish
Yeah.
anthem and the Republic of Ireland anthem. So they came up with Ireland's Call.
Mhm.
But even he said, who was it, Peter Stringer?
Yeah.
He said shoulder to shoulder to shoulder. We'll answer Ireland's Call. But he said even that has combative lyrics and it's all about winning and defeating your enemy.
And like that, we're like a neutral country
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
So we're talking about like
We're
a
supposed
call
to be.
to arms and a call to, and we're like, we're actually
Yeah.
neutral.
But like Sinn Féin, they changed it, didn't they? So it used to be Sinn Féin Fáil,
Mm.
but Féinian became like a derogatory term for an Irish person. So they changed it to Sinn Féin Fáil, but nobody sings that, which is we are the heroes of Ireland.
Oh, I didn't know that. Louis knows a lot.
So then, yeah, Paddy said, we'll
Use the old name for Ireland is Hibernia.
which goes back to ancient maps,
Mm-hmm.
when Ireland was Hibernian insurance. It's really good. Let's do a beautiful site. Right, I'm going to restart that. Lee says, nice leg. Thanks, Lee.
Louis is lovely. Louis has better legs than I do.
I do not. You're just getting
Abuse. I won't stand for this. You won't say that to me in public.
yeah.
I'm gonna start getting fighty. You won't think Irish women are beautiful and start berating you.
Oh, they have a lip on them.
Irish women have fiery tempers,
Tyree Fembers.
but I think that's good. I'm starving. Oh, there we go.
Take 5, I think. This is taken.
Ages. Oh, did you reset that?
Yeah. So, new national anthem
And I liked it.
for Hibernia,
Yeah,
and he did have an Irish verse as well.
he did.
Okay,
And I like that. And was it
okay.
music that his father put together?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
His
yeah.
dad was a composer.
Yeah, his father was a composer, so he used some of his father's old composition. He used an old composition that his father made,
Yeah.
and then wrote the lyrics himself. So yeah, like we said, Paddy is a very accomplished musician,
Yeah.
and yeah, so we've got a new national anthem, and he said, "Seems as we are so obsessed with the royal family,
Mhm.
that we should have our own royal family."
Yes.
And then he dispelled the myth of... Oh, no, he also talked about rejoining the Commonwealth.
Mhm.
And he said everyone's opposed to rejoining the Commonwealth.
Mhm.
He says, even though... because of the monarchy,
Mhm.
he says even though there's more countries in the EU that have a monarchy
Mhm.
than there is countries in the Commonwealth that have a monarchy.
But didn't you say as well there's countries in the Commonwealth, though, that are under their own rule?
Yeah.
That's what he says.
No, they keep... not decommissioning, what's the word? Because Barbados was the latest one.
Yeah, freed by Rihanna.
Yeah, literally. Did they hand it back?
But it's still part of the Commonwealth. Isn't it? Isn't that what you said? They're not. Like, they make their own decisions, they're their own country.
Independent.
Yeah, they're independent, but they're still part of the Commonwealth.
Yeah.
He made very good cases for a lot of stuff.
Yeah. But as well, like, I'm sure he said he's not... He just wants the conversations to happen.
Yeah. And like that, I think as well, he's come... And I know he's probably thinking as well, like, oh, sure, this isn't going to happen, or this might not happen. Who knows? But, like, I suppose if you go with a fully formed plan, rather than just going, let's just start a conversation, go with a fully formed plan, like, these things might go, oh, that actually is a good idea.
Like how our YouTube channel, like how this is a better version of what we've been putting out. Because we've put a plan together.
Yeah.
We are a united Ireland.
Yeah.
Aaron Gabra.
Yeah.
So then he said, we'll have a royal family.
Yeah.
At which point, I thought we were going to go in a different direction.
Louis thought we were going in a completely different direction.
Like a family that interbreeds in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Leave that up to your own imaginations.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to get us in trouble.
It isn't that.
Yeah, okay.
It might not make fun.
Continuing on.
So then he said, who is it? Who's the writer?
Is it Danish?
Oh, he was Brit.
No.
Oh, that makes way more sense. Because he was like, you want to make sure that they're good looking for generations.
Yeah.
Because the Scandinavians.
Oh, I can't remember who was married
Andrew?
to. Prince Andrew.
Because I thought he meant the other Prince
So
Andrew.
did I. Of.
Was it Monaco?
For some reason, I thought it was Denmark. Sorry, guys, we're gonna have to. I don't know.
Oh, would it be a Scandinavian country? Because then that would be like the Viking heritage.
See, if you Google Prince Andrew, it's just gonna come up.
Put in not paedophile. The other Prince Andrew. Anyway.
Of Monaco, you're right.
Yup.
Was it him?
William Wallace.
Was it him?
Yeah. Monaco. Who's he married to? Calvin, we went to see, how long was left on the timer? A show in the Dunamays last week.
5:49.
Ah, perfect. And we're just doing a review of that. It's not a watch along, it's just a review. Pretty scattered and all over the gaff.
Yeah, that's how we like it.
I can't believe it's not Ireland. It's about a united Ireland set in 2032, 2 years after the referendum.
Has he some relation to Grace Kelly?
She's from here.
Yeah. What was it?
Oh!
His mother's Grace Kelly.
Okay, that's the connection.
I wanna be like Grace Kelly. Well, let me tell you something.
Something for none.
The eldest grandchild of Grace Kelly is handsome. So,
Andrea Albert.
I mean, if that's what the Irish are going to start looking like,
Yeah, he said that was the point. He said you don't want...
rotten.
Yeah.
But then if you're a rotten person, that shows, it's reflected.
aging like milk.
Yeah.
But
Not
like,
saying how.
like you said, we chastised the monarchy, but we had so many monarchs in this country. We had
Irish.
kings, high kings.
Mm-hmm.
We had one, a very, very, very prominent one locally, Hugh McCool
Yeah,
from Ballyfin.
yeah.
Proud Leash man, you're Leash.
Your police, your bride.
Then we had High Kings of Ireland. One of them is actually responsible for copyright.
Oh.
That's an Irish thing.
Yeah.
2 High Kings met, and one had a really nice book, and then the other one copied the book. He got his servants to do it overnight, and he was like, "This is my look at this book." And I was like, "That's my book." He was like, "No, I got the boys to copy it last night." War.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thousands of people died, and then
Yeah.
that's the origin of where the copyright law came from. To every calf belongs to its mother.
Yeah. But yeah, so we are a country that was
and
used
then Strongbow, the Viking came and he married Anya in Kilkenny on the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
And they said at the start of the service her dress was white, but by the end of it was red, soaked up all the blood.
Oh, the blood.
Blood then.
But yeah, so like that, it's, I suppose High King sounds a bit more magical than King.
Yeah,
But then also people are disgruntled as well, obviously, because the British came over and kind of took the land, you know.
Yeah.
So it's
Well, we had so Irish for king is Ree, and then we had the Banry as well, which would be the woman king.
Yeah.
There's a few women kings as well.
Yep, the women kings.
The lady kings.
Yeah, love that. But yeah.
So yeah,
So we should have a monarchy, is what
Yeah.
Paddy was saying. Look.
Yeah, I think he talked about having a president.
Did he not say that the president was a bit? They don't really do much.
Yeah.
Like
Useless.
they kind of don't. They can't. They sign things, but like that's really all they do. They have a few dinners and stuff. They don't have any power.
Oh, like he said, the presidential election over here.
Yeah.
He said it's all has been politicians,
Yeah.
and he said, and then the occasional head the ball comes out.
Yeah.
He said we could end up with this one.
Yeah, a man from Ireland that Ireland don't.
Look at the moon.
Yeah, Ireland don't really want him anymore. So that he wants to be the president.
Controversial.
A lot of people from Ireland are like, we don't claim him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
But he is the personification of Dublin.
No, you can't say that either. Don't be offended. Let's just stop. Anyway, continuing on. It was a great show. That's kind of where it was left off then. It was like, this is what we should do, and then Paddy sang a song at the end. I can't really remember what that song was about.
Yeah, that didn't. The partition song was the best.
Yeah.
That was
Class. Yeah.
I think that's available online.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is, and the video that accompanied it as well.
Yes.
Like I remember, like horse laughing
Yeah.
out loud.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, and he played us out with a song. So then we're going to go into the ratings. Just going to restart that. A woman king. We were ahead of the times.
We were.
Yeah. What's her name? Caitlyn Jenner.
What?
The woman king.
Caitlyn Jenner.
No. Bruce.
What?
Bruce would have been the woman king.
What? You're not making any sense.
Got the old.
Yeah, that's not. I don't know what you're even saying. You're just talking shite.
Right, this is gonna be the last take. So, Erin Singleton,
Yeah.
on a scale of any exhibition at the Photo Museum of Ireland to the Book of Mormon, where would you go?
Wait, what? I don't really understand what you mean.
So from shit to great. So any exhibition at the Photo Museum of Ireland,
Okay.
that's shit.
Okay. Do we ever do a review on the Book of Mormon?
No. To the Book of Mormon being
Yeah. I'm gonna give the show. What's the show called? I can't believe it's not Ireland. By Paddy. I'm going to give it a 7.
7. I give it an 8.
Okay. I think I'd give it a 7 because as we're talking about it, I'm like, oh, I can't remember lots of it. Not that it's not memorable. It's just
Yeah.
it was a lot of information. I suppose I wasn't expecting that. So
Oh, really?
yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be so full on.
History information.
Yeah, not that I knew there would be history and stuff like that, but yeah, it kind of really took me by surprise. I was like, oh, so I feel like I wasn't educated enough to have seen it.
But I think it's a good to get people involved.
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, got people involved. It was laughs.
No, but I mean, it makes you curious.
Well, now
about
see,
the
I want to
history.
go and look up stuff, and I want to go to more Paddy shows, and I actually want to go in and look at read a few books and stuff, and it's actually made me go, oh, that's it. They're igniting some in me now. Especially because it wasn't a real. We want our 6 counties back. It was very thoroughly thought through, and it made me.
It just.
It's a different perspective as well.
It wasn't emotional. Like
Yes, and a very different perspective.
Very thought through.
Very different perspective from what usually is what's put out there when they're talking about amalgamating the two. So yeah, see about 7.
Yeah.
Tell us about your review.
Like I said, I give it an 8. I thought it was very, very good, very entertaining. So much information. At times, like I said, it was you had to be engaged.
Yeah.
You had to pay attention and keep up with everything.
Yeah.
And then, I really enjoyed the second half of it as well. We're going to resolve all the issues that we might have, what concerns that people would have. And it was very optimistic as well, which is
really optimistic.
not an Irish thing.
No,
Optimism.
So
Pessimistic.
downtrodden.
Yeah, we love misery.
Yeah.
Do you say we love being Israel?
No, we love being miserable. I was like, miserable.
Miserable. Would you recommend?
Oh, I recommend, and as well as that, I would also recommend. Like now, I'd be like, oh my god, I'd go to any of Paddy's shows.
Yeah,
because it's so interesting. Because Louis went to last one, so it was brilliant. And then this is the only one I've gotten to see, and I'm like, oh, I actually would be on the lookout now for any of his other shows, especially if you're a history buff or if you're kind of just interested in or want to know about Ireland and stuff because he does give good backstories.
Yeah, very well researched, very thoroughly researched. Yeah. And so Paddy has 4 plays on the go. I can't believe it's not Ireland. Death of Michael Collins, Death of Wolf's Hole, and I think The Year of the French.
Yeah.
But they're all going on at the same time.
Yeah.
So, paddycullivan.com, you'll find somewhere close to you that one of them will be playing. Would highly recommend all of them. I went to see The Death of Michael Collins, and I think Wolf's Hole is the one that's that EP.
Okay, brilliant. I want to see that one.
Yeah.
If you want to see Paddy on the show, let us know. We can make that happen.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So, Erin Singleton, I think, is there any stone left unturned?
No, the only one left unturned is my lunch.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm starving. We're gonna have potato cakes. Very Irish.
Because we'd left over mashed potato for last night.
Oh god, you're embarrassing.
To who?
Me.
Okay. So do you want to do the outro?
Thanks for watching, all the people on the live.
Yeah, thanks for
really
tagging along.
appreciate it. Click on and see if there's any more comments. Really appreciate it. Sorry, that's very higgledy-piggledy sometimes, but this is just the way it goes, and you can even watch the edited version when it comes out and Louis puts it all together.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please give us a like, subscribe, share.
We're at 795 subscribers.
Woohoo!
Need to get to the magic number 1,000 by December.
Yeah.
That's the goal. So if you could hit that subscribe button, it'd really mean the world to me.
Yeah, exactly. And
every little helps.
If you want us to review something, because we're doing films, we're doing concerts, we're doing anything, plays, anything kind of cultural. So if you want us to watch something, listen to something, and do a review, let us know in the comments, and we will give it a watch, because we love watching movies and we love watching all sorts of stuff, and we love recommendations. Anything really, because we don't mind watching anything.
Well, yeah, because next up is Toxic Avenger.
The Toxic Avenger. That was a funny one.
That was.
Yeah. So, even in the more bizarre, the better. Foreign films, everything. I will listen to any sort of music. who go to any sort of thing. So yeah, we just want recommendations to be a bit more cultured.
Yeah, rounded. Yeah, maybe list stuff that we wouldn't traditionally.
Yeah, or if there's any experiences we need to go and do, either. Like, we're also open to going and doing things for a day, or if you know any good museums or art galleries, anything like that.
Yeah, exhibition
Happily.
openings. Yeah, definitely.
We are also putting it in there. We are going to Berlin in June, so if anyone has any Berlin recommendations, also throw them out there because we'd love to know.
Yeah, and Calvin, I can't wait to see Outer Heavens. The trailer looks really good. Like I said before, very David Lynchian-esque.
Where did you get that from? Oh.
And as always, thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Subscribe before it's too late.